So we know all about your career at Orlando Pirates and all that. So we'll just fast forward to the formation of Jomo Cosmos.
Okay.
Yes, please tell us about that.
No, I think the team was formed 1983 after we purchased Highlands Park. Actually, we got it for a song. We got it for 50,000 rand, you know. And during those days, it was a lot of money. But if you calculate now and those days, 50
Yes.
peanuts
Yeah.
for a soccer team. I mean, teams in the Vodacom League and Castle now they are going for 300,000, 400,000, 500,000. You know, so we purchased the team, and then later on we changed it to Dion Highlands because there was a sponsor called Dion, and we changed it to Dion Highlands. And as time went on, we changed it back to Jomo Cosmos. We won our first trophy in 1987 when we won the Castle League. And then in 1980 we also won the second one. And since then we've been winning a few trophies. I mean, in the last 30 years we've been around, we've got about 10 trophies, which is not bad results, you know. I mean, there are teams who've been here for donkey years who haven't even got to the semi-final.
Yes.
You know.
You're very good at going around the townships and identifying proper, pure talent.
Yeah, it's something which I'm passionate about it. It's in my blood, and also it's a God-given talent. Nobody taught me. You know, I used to scout for Pirates while I was still playing for Pirates.
Yes.
I brought in players like Weftali Chaba from school, Piwe Klaba from school, Shavul Mkar from Witbank Aces. Even when I was a player, you know, so it's something which is in me, and I'm passionate about it, highly passionate about it. And once the passion goes away, I will stop. But at the moment, the passion is still there, and I love seeing or grooming young kids becoming better persons in life, because South Africa needs that.
Is it something that you think we're missing right now? Because
yeah, I think at the moment we have a slight problem because there's too many fly-by-nights, you know. There's too many vultures that have come into football claiming that they are agents. And they sign these young kids at a very early age and then confuse them, and the kids, if the agent can't make money out of the kid, he just dumps him. You know, we here, when we see a kid that has got potential, we make sure that we look after him slowly until he becomes a professional. Yeah, he started here, was very young, and he went to Kwakwa, and I fetched him back again, and he made his name here. And one of the agents, this guy from the radio, he became his agent, but later on the agent made him to leave Cosmos and go to Chiefs, which was not a bad move. But we were never compensated for that, because we felt it was not right the way they handled it, and we didn't need money. So we just gave him to Chiefs for free. We didn't want even a cent. We were entitled to a compensation, but we didn't want it, you know. The way everything was done, same as Rusike.
yes.
We didn't want a cent. We said, no, go. People are not aware that we brought Rusike to South Africa.
Yes.
You know, we don't, if it's done properly, we don't have a problem. But if it's done wrong, we don't want.
So they left on a free, although they were contracted.
No, they were free. What they did, a person like Yeye, he kept saying, I'll sign tomorrow, I'll sign tomorrow, I'll sign tomorrow, I'll sign, until the contract expired. But we know it was the agent who wanted something for himself, which is normal. Also, we had the same problem with Shitolo. You know, Shitolo was here from the age of 15, and he grew up here. And then he kept saying he'll sign, he didn't sign, and then he joined Pirates. We didn't want anything, you know, we just let him go. Because I strongly believe there's 2.7 million other kids who can play. Like now, we have a lot of kids who are ambitious, who want to do well, and they're looking forward to the season. And they're playing well, and we're looking after them like we did exactly with Yeye. You know, Morgan Gold, the people don't even know that Morgan Gold started here. And Morgan and Markfish were two of the worst strikers I've seen in my life. You know, they were terrible. And I converted them back to centre halves. And they've never looked back. You know, they've done very well. Caesar was a right wing. He was crap. I changed him to right back. You know, so it's a hard job, but it's not hard if you love it.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in love with something you're doing, it's not a hard job. People look at me as if I've been 100 years in football, you know, because I've been doing a great job for this club and for this country as well. You know, you look at all the teams in the league. Tell me which team hasn't got my player. All of them. They might try and hide. Hide Yeye, hide Rusike. That they develop, no. They cannot hide. They started here. They can call the Mutalas of this world the legends of Pirates. No, it's not like where you started. That's where you become a legend, not where you finished.
Yes.
I started the Pirates. I'm a Pirates legend. I can't say I'm a Cosmos legend. My career was a Pirates. So what I'm trying to say is that you look at all 99% of the teams. They have my player coming from Cosmos.
Would you say, when you look at all the players that you've produced, be it for local clubs or went on to play internationally, is he the most successful you've had here?
No, I had Markfish, I had Katongo,
yes.
I had Benjamin Marouar, who was a big star in France. He was big. You know, where he invited me to come and see him in the cup final. Big. He was a demigod at Oxe. You know, Aaron Mokoena, unfortunately, with Tabang Molefe, his head got screwed up after he joined Pirates. You know, his career was finished. I don't think they took him. I don't think they took him because they wanted him. I think they took him because he wanted to come back to Cosmos, just to destroy him. Same as applies as Shitolo. I don't think they took Shitolo from us because they want him. I don't think so. I think it's the end of his career. Sometimes you make this big move, you die. You good for the team you're playing for, you know. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. But a player should be aware within a year that I am in trouble here, so I should move. Some teams are bigger than the players.
No.
I'm not going to discuss what happened in the past. I'm not a person who likes to go back. We are going to win this league. I'll owe you 50 rands if you don't.
I hope you heard that the legend will owe me $50.
Yeah, if we don't go up.
If it does go up, I'll come and give him $100.
It's fine. It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
It's a wager.
Okay.
Was it easier for a coach in those days than now, when people believe that the players that are here now are lesser talented than then?
To be honest, it's all about commitment. You know, the generation doesn't differ that much. It's all about commitment. It all depends how committed are the players now compared to the other generation. And since Shakes took over, you can see there's a change. There's a lot of commitment amongst the players. And that's why they're doing well, because there's a lot of commitment. It's how you want them to play.
Okay. Going forward for the team, for the national team, we've heard talks that 2017 is where we want to go. And we've seen that Shakes has done well now on the brink of qualifying for Morocco. Well, we don't know if it'll still be Morocco or what, but he's done well. Is that light at the end of the tunnel?
Yes, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There's a lot of confidence. He's brought a lot of confidence in the players. He's brought a lot of confidence in the country itself. And the country is starting now to believe that they can do well. He's brought that back, and they believe they can do well.
But what happened, Prajay, between when you were coming into the national team, early 2000s and stuff like that, until now?
There's only one thing I can tell you. The downward spiral was caused by interference, and also interference from officials, and also interference from agents. The agents, they play a role. Don't underestimate them, because the agent will come to you, offer you something, offer you money, and say, you play my player, I'll give you so much. The agent wants that player to get 2 caps or 3 caps so that he can sell him overseas. But with Sheikhs, I don't think they can do that. I don't think they did that with Gordon, but the agent had a say. The coach must be strong.
So the international coaches, the overseas coaches that came to coach the team, you don't think there was an issue with that?
I don't know. I wouldn't comment on that. I don't know.
Okay, Brajay, let's go back to Jomo Cosmos. Is there a day, you said the day you're not feeling passionate about it anymore, that is when you will call it a day? That day is not anytime soon.
I don't know. I can't tell about passion. I can't tell. It can be tomorrow. And I can wake up and say, no, I'm tired now. It can be after 10 years.
As a coach or
as a coach.
Yeah.
Can be after 10 years, can be after 15 years. Only thing that is driving me is passion.
Yes.
That's it.
All right. There's this thing that I always wanted to ask you. It's a pity that I can't ask the late Ace Ntsoelengoe.
You can ask.
There's a belief that in your day, in his day, it's either you or him. There was not. It couldn't be both of you. And I want to know from you. It's just a pity I can't get his side of the story.
I will give you his side of the story.
Yes.
I'll give you Ace's side of the story.
Please give me.
What you're going to get from me is what Ace would have said to you.
I want to know.
2 different players. Messi and Ronaldo, they don't play the same. Ace was more of a team player. Played more for the team. I was more of an individual, Messi type. You could expect anything from me.
Yeah.
When I get a ball, you wouldn't know what I'm going to do. At the same time, I was a team player. He was playing central midfield. I was playing behind the striker. So we were completely, totally different. 2 players. 2 players different who you could not compare.
So you were playing 10?
Yeah, I was playing 10. Quick, very, very fast. Very intelligent, very clever. Ace was one of the brainiest players I've ever seen coming out from. Kaizer Chiefs will never replace him. Don't tell me about any player at Chiefs. Nobody can replace Ace at Chiefs. They can try, maybe they still want to be born. At Pirates, still the same. It's going to be difficult to replace Jomo Sono. They've tried, come this one. No, it's not.
That's why there's no number 10 at Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, and again, which is factual, you know. I remember one time they at Marawa's radio station, he wanted to compare me with Jali and Manisa. And I came on the radio, you know, and I said, with due respect, both of them, you cut one leg of Jomo Sono is better than both of them. You know? It was not right to say that to those kids, but it was raised. You know, Ace was special. That whole 11 of Kaizer Chiefs now, they'll never match him. The guy was brilliant. He was playing like he's using an orchestra. He was unbelievable. He would control the tempo of the game. You control it. If he wants it to slow down, when he gets the ball, everybody will play to his pace. If he wants it fast, everybody. I tell you.
The same as at Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, no. At Pirates, the people there at Pirates will never leave. Even if you're leading a 1-0, they will never leave the stadium, even if it's 89th minute, because they always had a song that if Jomo Sono is in the pitch, 89 minutes or 90th minute, and you add 2 more minutes, it's not over yet, because that's the timeout strike.
Rajay,
it's unfortunate we're born too late to see Ace and Jomo play.
I cry. Yeah, I cry because
it's unfortunate.
I'm so addicted to the game, but yeah. I cry because I say...
No, those gentlemen were unbelievable. Those 2 gentlemen. Unbelievable. And also there was another gentleman called Teenage Laldo.
Yes.
Nothing achieves. There was another gentleman called Ace Mnini, nothing at Swallows. I'm fortunate because 1970 I was around, 80 I was around, 90 I was around. I'm the only one who has a right to say these things because I played 70, 80 and 90. So I can compare generations.
Yes.
I can compare because I've been there. As a player, as a coach, I've been there. So I only stopped 1980 something, 84, yes. After we beat Pirates 5-1. at FNB. I was still playing. I created all the 5 goals. I was picking up weight by then. You know, I can tell you, I keep hearing people comparing football. You can't compare football now. I'm prepared to challenge any journalist, those who think they know about football. You cannot compare our football with the football now. This guy who died now, Shaka Ngobo, Chiefs never had something like that till today. I've never seen a balanced player like that. He'll be running at the same pace with you, but playing with the ball. He was a real Valdez, that guy. It was unbelievable. At Pirates, there was a guy, even Banks was scared of. He crosses the halfway line, they called him McDonald Reese, because if he crosses the halfway line, he let go. It's in, my friend. It's in. And the way he was shooting was unbelievable. I still haven't seen any player shooting like him. He would never use force. Ri will go like this, bam. Eh? Eh? If he catches you here,
that's it.
If you're not going to Sterfontein Hospital, you're mad. You collapse. There was a guy who was my hero. You know, people don't know that I had a hero. I had a hero. I loved him. His name was Macro Masterpieces Muribe. The best football player I've seen. He was unreal, that guy. He was a magician. When he played against Pirates, I was 15, sitting in a bench. If I tell you about football, you know, unbelievable, unbelievable. The team that played Argentina and beat Argentina 5-1 would be qualifying for every Africa Cup of Nations. Shakes Mashaba was a very good player. Very good player. Was a fighter, was a bull terrier, you know, and there's a guy from Durban, Ngubane, Shuare Kulu. Another one which I saw when I was young was Dara Maham. I intend producing my book next year. Yeah, and I will tell people about football before I die. It's best if they get it from me, so those who have a problem can attack me through the press, then I can answer back. You cannot compare football now. Yes. The best white player I've ever seen, the most skillful white player I've ever seen was Roy Wegerle. He played for Jomo Cosmos. You ask anybody here, Roy Wegerle, Steve Wegerle. It was a family. Roy Wegerle, Steve Wegerle, Jeff Wegerle. White, skillful like a black player, I'm telling you. He played here. People don't even know that he played for Cosmos. We sold him overseas. He ended up playing for America in the World Cup from here. Yeah, the list is endless. You know, we will be opening the stadium in January. All those players will be there with their history, where they come from.
Now, Braje, I understand you played with Pelé.
Yeah.
In America.
Yeah, I also played for World Black 11 in England, 1980. I also played for World 11 twice in 1980. Yeah. I also signed a contract with Juventus in Italy, and I broke my leg on my farewell game. People don't know this. I played for Black, only Black, in England at Crystal Palace Sports Ground.
Okay. I know you have to go to training now, but do you think enough is done to celebrate you guys, to celebrate the ones who paved the way, the ones who really, for us who love football, are in pain that we never got to see the talent?
I think I'm still painful the way Kaizer Chiefs played their part, but I think the country could have done better to bury Ace. You know,
Ace
Ntsoelengoe,
yes.
I think the country could have done better. I think they could have done the same thing they did for Senzo Meyo, because Ace was a legend. Ace carried a flag during the apartheid era for this country. We were known as black people who can play football because of people like Ace, you know, but he was buried like another layman in the street. You know, I hope a lot can be done for people like Ace, you know. For some of us, I'm a believer that whatever I'm doing, I'm not doing for people. That's why I don't care about what people say. They don't even affect me. you know, they can go on a Twitter and say all this not doesn't affect me. I didn't come here to come and do a job for them. The man upstairs gave me this talent. So I'm using my talent, which was given by me to God. Whether I'm praised or not praised, to me makes no difference. I carry on with what I'm doing. And people think I'm arrogant by saying that. It's fact, it's factual. You know, I'm a believer that the person who will say to me, when you are on this earth, what did you do? When I say, God, I did this, and then God will give me a pat on the shoulder, then go.
Then you're satisfied.
Yeah, I'm satisfied. Only God can satisfy. No human being can satisfy me. I've had so many awards. Maybe you don't know. I have so many. I was honored by 3 presidents. The late Mr. Mandela, Mr. Mbeki, Mr. Zuma. Football of the century for this country. I coached the World 11 twice. I coached this country. And we only lost in the... We should have qualified, we lost with 1 goal. That took us out of the World Cup. In Burkina Faso, I dropped all the big name players in Burkina Faso. I was insulted left, right and center. We ended up in the final, they all kept quiet, they all vanished, you know. 96, yeah, 96. I was a technical advisor to Clive Barker. I was helping him a lot to Texas, a lot. The person who's going to say to me, well done, is God. Yeah, I don't know. Do for others, but not for me.
Yes.
Honor them properly as well.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for allowing us into your space. And hopefully when you release that book next year, I'll be the first one to get it and have you sign it. And it's something that I'll always cherish.
Thank you.
Well, that's all.